Good morning, Crypto Chaos. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back. Here we go again. It's another day, a Tuesday. a good Taco Tuesday, too. That's right. Trump did taco on something else. That is, of course, yes. Less bombs. No more bombs to Iran, possibly. No more soon. We'll get into that here in a second, guys. Good morning. Man, I am like in the dark. I really am in the dark. There's lights on in here. Anyway, good morning, guys. How you guys doing this morning? Of course, welcome back to another Crypto Chaos, where I bring you the crypto, the chaos, and the news. Yeah, you guys know the drill. I'm tired, man. Stayed up way too late last night fishing with you guys. Yeah, I caught some fish. You guys know what we were talking about last night on the Patreon. How's it going, Cliff? Good morning, Chaos. Good morning, Cliff. Brandon White's also here with G-Dog. How's it going, guys? Oh, man. I am just not awake yet. Yeah, what's up, Chaos peeps? How's it going? Yeah, Brandon. Good morning, Chaos. Says G-Dog. Brandon White says sent the turn it up for 800 joules. Ooh, 800 joules. What is with the joules, man? I guess like a second reference I've heard about the joules. This month. I don't know what that is. All right. Yeah, and I also, Brandon, how come you don't have? Oh wait, you had a. That is weird. On my screen, you had a I'm getting messed with this morning. You had an admin privilege, and then it's gone, and then it's back again. That's weird. YouTube's breaking down this morning. Weird stuff in the chat. Okay, yeah. So how are you guys doing this week in your portfolios? Says Brandon. Mine's holding up. Got diamond nuts. It says, damn, diamond nuts. Yeah, mine's not as down as a lot of peeps because majority of it's still in Bitcoin. All right, guys, we got to get into, of course, some of the news headlines we had this morning. We had the opening bell happening in about 5 minutes. I'll show you some of the headlines we saw this morning from Doomberg. Let's get it. Get it. Still in the middle of my move. Still in the middle of the chaos. Okay, there we go.
Our top stories this morning: President Trump pausing a planned strike on Iran, saying Gulf allies wanted more time to pursue diplomacy. In a Truth Social post, Trump also warning Iran that more military action could follow if no deal is reached.
Well, other countries have come to me and they've said we were getting ready to do a very major attack tomorrow. I've put it off for a little while, hopefully maybe forever, but possibly for a little while. I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal.
Joining us now is Bloomberg Washington correspondent Tyler Kendall. Tyler, the president saying they're putting off any planned strikes, maybe forever, maybe temporarily. What do we know about the thinking behind this?
Well, Danny, at this point, as you mentioned, the president says that escalation still very much remains on the table. He went on in that post on Truth Social to say that he has told his national security team to be ready at, quote, a moment's notice for large-scale strikes. At this point, we haven't gotten any further details from the White House when it comes to these plans, though President Trump has long threatened that we could see renewed military action, though he's yet to take that step yet, as he maintains that a diplomatic solution is still a viable option. I will point out that our analysts at Bloomberg Economics say that it is becoming increasingly likely that the White House could revert to short and intense strikes in a bid to change the gridlock and the status quo, amid reporting that President Trump has been advised in recent weeks that limited strikes could help pressure Iran to reach a deal, because at this point, the latest is that both sides are rejecting the freshest counter proposals from each one of them, right? We have Iran really maintaining that they don't want to discuss any curbs around their nuclear program, while the U.S. says that its naval blockade isn't going anywhere until a deal is reached. In fact, we got an update just yesterday from CENTCOM confirming that so far the U.S. has redirected 85 ships in the U.S.'s attempts to secure the Strait of Hormuz.
All right, so there's the straight skinny this morning. Pretty much the same spot we were last night. It does sound like the allies, our allies in the Middle East, are a little worried. Maybe the last set of bombs will destroy whatever little infrastructure they have left over there. So yeah. More taco, more Trump, of course, taco this morning. We also had Hyperliquid mentioned this morning on Bloomberg. Kind of weird, yeah, kind of strange.
Elsewhere, DeFi platform Hyperliquid is surging. Real. The SEC is said to ready plans for trading crypto versions of stocks. So there's your 24-hour stock trading getting ready for you.
Coming up, President Trump says he called off new strikes that he had planned on Iran after Gulf allies pushed for more time for diplomacy. That's next. This is Bloomberg Open Interest.
All right, so I guess we're going to have even more...
and also you have great data.
Opening statements.
Jay Hatfield's going to stick with us throughout the opening bell. We are looking at futures that continue to move lower as yields move higher. So right now, S&P futures down 0.6%. But remember, we still closed at 7,400 yesterday. The opening bell on the other side of this break.
All right, and now we're still waiting for, of course, the opening bell here in about 3 minutes from now. Other headlines... Home Depot finally coming out and saying the resiliency of the shopper is fine again. I don't think so. In their earnings report, of course, they're citing that less people are shopping at their company. Yeah, this is really tough times for Americans with price of gas right now. I think the national average now is closer to $5, right? It's been a while since I went outside and saw sun. Let's see. Japan and China lead foreign government retreat from U.S. treasuries as Iran war stokes the currency fears. Yeah. Startup backed by American Eagle. CEO reaches unicorn status in latest funding round. Putin in Beijing. Looks like Putin is now, out there in Beijing. 3 things that Russia needs from China. I guess we could dig into that real quick and see what do they need from China. They need energy, trade deals from China, as well as continuing geopolitical support for the region. Cuba condemns U.S. sanctions, says Washington is building a fraudulent case for military action. And I think we did temporarily cut sanctions on Iran until this deal has been met. I think that's what we got in the headlines this morning too. How are we doing in the chat, guys? How are we doing in the chat? Still hanging out here. Of course, yesterday, if you guys were here, winning, so much winning. Calling for a baseline bear, pretty much right down the target. Right on the target.
You may even get tired of winning.
And you guys know I'm tired of winning. I want to be wrong, guys. Wake up every morning hoping that I'm wrong. I'm tired of being right. We are rolling over even a little bit more now, getting closer to our bearish portion of our target. I really don't want to see that right out the gate. Maybe by like noon, I want to see a spike maybe down at 75. Yeah, Bitcoin right now is grinding down to lower levels of support. 76.3 is probably going to be retested here in about 30 minutes or less. All right, we guys, 1 minute, guys. I got to jump over here in the chat, catch up with you guys. We got Strawberry Dragons this morning. Good morning, Strawberry. Good morning. Of course, our favorite flavor of dragon. Brandon White, I'm lost. Who's even in charge over there? Do any of you guys know? No, there's a cardboard cutout of a man we saw like 4 months ago now, or 5 months ago, a long time ago. I don't even remember. Maybe it was half a year ago. Andy also here. How's it going? Love you long time, Strawberry. Yes, shout out to Strawberry from Andy in the chat. How you doing, Andy, this morning? Good morning. Top of the morning to you over there in the UK, my friend. All right, let's get it, guys. Bloomberg should be opening the bell right about now.
Open interest. I'm Matt Miller. We're looking at equity index futures that are lower and continuing to fall further as rates climb. We just saw the U.S. 30-year yield rise to the highest level since 2007.
2008.
Which, when I first
2008. You no.
Okay, that was almost 20 years ago, but it wasn't that long ago. The point is that was before the great financial crisis. We haven't had rates that high since then, and there's a generation or two of traders who've never seen this before. So S&P futures, NASDAQ futures down, and the tech companies getting hit even harder. We have a decidedly untech company ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange, Kava. This is the Mediterranean.
Slop
Oh, that restaurant's
I wasn't going to say that. I
amazing.
wasn't going to say that.
Oh,
I still
that
haven't
restaurant's
tried it,
amazing.
but I'm sure it's
I like
delicious.
it. I love a slop bowl, not gonna lie.
Well, and their stock. I mean, you know, I look at a 5-year period. That's my default.
Sure.
It's up
It's
260% in 5 years.
That's pretty good. I feel like it hasn't been doing well. in
No,
the
it hasn't
past
been doing
year.
much. It's been down and flat, but over 5 years, pretty damn good. Here we have MKS ringing the opening bell at the NASDAQ market site, and they provide a whole bunch of gauges and valves and capacitors and stuff that I don't understand. Jay's kid, who just graduated in electrical engineering from Penn State, he knows.
I'm sure he does.
But it's like they have gear to make semiconductors. Is it Penn State or Penn? Penn. Sorry. I guess that would be an insult.
Yes, it would.
Right?
Both wonderful schools. Slightly different schools, though.
In any case, they make the stuff for semiconductors, so they're up 85% year to date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, it's all these random companies that you've never heard of that are big AI trades like Boilermakers, MKS, or whatever they were. I'm looking at companies that are decidedly tied to the AI trade. Chip makers are down today, as they have been over the past 2 trading sessions. Micron and SanDisk down 0.5% for Micron. SanDisk is down 1.5%. That's not as bad as we saw pre-market, to be fair. But what is sticking is, for whatever reason, software companies are on a huge tear right now. They've been up for the three consecutive sessions.
That's
Today
good
makes
news
it
for
4th.
crypto.
ServiceNow up 3.5%. No clear catalyst, maybe just some short covering after this big run-up you've seen in the AI stocks, Matt.
All right, it's a little bit of a rotation there. Obviously, the semiconductors have had their day. Let's talk about CoreWeave moving after competition from Google, which agreed to create its own AI cloud business with Blackstone. So you see CoreWeave to the downside, off 4% in the cash trade. Meta moving 7,000 jobs to AI roles. So I'm not talking about firings here, although they are going to fire thousands and thousands of people.
Yes.
Anyway, the stock not reacting much, down 0.6%. NVIDIA, obviously, we just want to look at it ahead of the earnings, which are tomorrow after the closing bell. So we have 2 more sessions between us and NVIDIA, the all-important NVIDIA earnings. Right now, it's pretty flat. Joining us, or coming back to us right now, is Infrastructure Capital CEO and CIO Jay Hatfield. And Jay, let me just ask you, as you've been to so many graduations lately, congratulations on that.
Now we got to go check up on Grandpa Kramer.
AI taking our jobs news, because it does seem to be happening, right? And is it a concern for the economy? Because yesterday, Veronica Clark on Surveillance said she thinks the Fed could cut rates 3 times this year because the jobs numbers will look so bad this summer.
We don't agree with that. The key driver of jobs is investment. And obviously, you have tremendous investment coming from the hyperscalers. There's going to be a lot of job churn. You know, if you mention AI at a graduation, you get booed. So it is making it harder.
Cliff showed us that last night on the Patreon. That was great.
And that's because these huge companies are laying off people, but that's not the overall job market. I mean, we all obsess about it because it's our kids or friends, but the big job market is all those jobs building these hyper scaling situations, building power plants, building chip plants. So that's really the key driver.
He's an electrical engineering graduate. He should be doing just that.
Yes, he'll be fine, but it is creating a churn and dislocation, and that's why you should not mention AI in your graduation speech.
Well, I mean, I've made this argument to Matt before, this idea that, yes, it creates jobs because you need to build these data centers, but they're temporary jobs. Once they're built, you need essentially, on average, I think it's about 50 people running the place. It's just, you know, some HVAC men and women. And if you put the same amount of money in the pharmaceutical industry, for example, you'd be creating 1,500 jobs per data center. So it feels like maybe here in the now we're okay, but long term, is this a very different labor market we're going to need to contend with?
Well, there's going to be tremendous reallocation among job categories. But if you look historically, the only thing that's caused unemployment is a severe contraction in investment. So as long as the investment boom continues, there will be growth in jobs, and the market will clear. So obviously, software engineers are going to be less needed, maybe hardware engineers more needed. Other job categories. So there's going to have to be retraining. We have a very dynamic job market in the U.S. Think we're not Europe. And so
yeah,
people will
I don't
adjust.
align with that. I think there's more doom. I think we're more doom. We need more doom. Okay. All right, let's get back over to CNBC real quick and see what Kramer and friends are talking about.
He's focused a little more on some of these terrific solar plays, SCI, PSIX, Pump, Pro Petroleum. I understand TET1, but that's moved up a great deal. I think that he is not static. That when you get his holdings, he doesn't play it that way. Okay.
Bitcoin's still holding on to dear life, 76,800.
You may think it a bit odd that we are talking
Coming
about
back
the
up.
positions of a
Getting a little bit of a bounce.
24-year-old gentleman. Who,
back to 77.
actually, the hedge fund is sizable at this point. Not sure what the actual number is, but yeah, 5, 6 bill, maybe more notional amount more than that. But he has followed very closely. And he's followed very closely on trading desks, and that's why we're sort of talking about somebody that our viewers may perhaps are not familiar with. Maybe they will be at some point.
He's a 17-year-old who's got a 105
he's not 17. I don't
who
think
has
he's
a 105-mile fastball, and he's just blitzing the league.
Right.
We've seen
Oh
the
my
tape,
God!
and we know what to do.
All right, I'm over the banter. All right, guys, let me catch back up with you in chat, and then we'll get into what's going on with crypto. 76,900, almost back to 77K Bitcoin this morning. Yeah, we'll look at the order books this morning and unpack what the weather looks like today. All right, of course, I'm your crypto weatherman. The Crypto Otaku. All right, we got Brandon White in the house. How's it going, Brandon White? Saying that he ordered a Crypto Chaos Crew coffee mug. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. He's got the coffee mug coming. Awesome. So I can show off my hero when someone asks me what it is. Man, I'm blushing, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Rugrat says not dropping under 70K. Says Rugrat. Yeah, I'm right. I'm kind of there with you, man. We have to touch the trend line. That's basically 70K. Even if we hit that again, that 2.25 trillion dollar target on a complete sell-off of crypto again. I mean, the target still is bouncing off this trend line for me. So I'm right there with you, man. I've been, of course, calling this now for about a month, since the end of April, saying, when are we going to stop? 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 As we continue to rip the entire month, having a little bit of capitulation towards the end of the month, and here we are finally starting to really see it. We still haven't got off the lows of what we saw by the 30th of April. So we still haven't really seen a real significant pullback yet, and that's why I'm targeting about 69 to about 72 to be realistic for like a really good solid pullback for the market. And this is just Bitcoin, right? I would love to see that. That'd be kind of like my baseline target. My bull case scenario is we bounce basically at 75, so we're about 1,000 or 2,000 away from that target right now, which is not unrealistic, to be honest. With all the DATs, the Bitcoin, of course, digital asset treasury companies still accumulating more sats. Sats, Bitcoin. I mean, they're buying a shit ton, right? Michael Solar just purchased another almost 25,000 tokens yesterday. Yeah, so again, hold on to your butts. There could be more, capitulation. More pain coming soon, but the golden pocket still hasn't even been touched yet. Golden pocket still starts right around that 75 down to about 70K anyway. All right, we'll get into that right now. Actually, we'll take a look at the order books. Thanks again for dropping by, Rugrat. You came to the right place. All right, let's jump on in here. Of course, don't pay for what you get for free, guys. This is Kim by the White Snow Lion bringing you the live heat map for free. Don't pay for $35 a month for Bookmap when you can get it for free, especially Bitcoin. All right, right now looking flat on the overall volume, sitting at about $7 billion. The bulls and the bears back and forth. We do have a clear structure this morning for the bears defending 77,000 flat. Pretty much going to probably land on that 77, maybe 77.3 by the time it's all said and done with, right? Usually, of course, respected the threes. A support range right now probably going to be coming up at 76.3, right? Probably 76.3 by the time this is all, chopping around over here. People, of course, will probably come to the rescue at 76.3. This is almost the exact same spot we were yesterday, in the same range. I mean, nothing's really changed at all. Look at this, the same range. A little more bullish, No, it's still bearish. Yeah, it's still bearish today. We had a little bit of bullishness in the foreign market, right? But that's pretty much now being taken over this morning. The yin and yang, man. The yin and yang is taking over. So we're getting a little more bearish this morning on the last 3 hours, I would say. Here on the daily, you can see, of course, this developing, right? So I would say just a smidge bearish this morning compared to last night. Looking at the weekly, do we have anything new over here on the weekly from yesterday? Not really. It's just getting a mess, man. I would say it's still bearish. It's still mostly printing bearish here on the order books. More, of course, a little bit lower on every single major range, so our major level. So it's still looking bearish on all time frames. Here's, of course, on the monthly. Again, reminding you guys, I showed you guys this on Friday when it was just like this. Now it's for full-blown rainbow rollover this morning. Of course, you don't have to be Neo to see through the matrix, but it does help. Of course, looking through the weather this morning. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Still looking for a pullback on Bitcoin, on crypto assets here. Things hopefully this afternoon. Maybe all it takes is maybe one major development by the White House to come out and say something to kind of recover these markets. So, you know, stay frosty. You never know what else to expect in crypto. Right now, though, leaning a little more bearish for another pullback. Let's see if we can continue this into the overall sentiment this morning. Let's see how stock market is doing with fear and greed coming down 1 point. That's all they're gonna lose is 1 point. My gosh, come on, man. These people they're freaking entitled pieces of shit. All right, I'll hold myself back.
What are you, stupid?
Yes, I feel some kind of way about the stock market. Anyway, 62 right now in greed, still holding, ridiculous. We've got crypto right now probably sitting at in extreme fear again this morning. Let's take a look if we're still sitting in extreme fear from last night's foreign market open. And yes, we are. 25 still in extreme fear, the same spot we were last night. Looking at crypto bubbles and next, but the US dollar, the Dixie sitting at 99.35. Coming up, of course, more doom. So more people flocking to the dollar. This is some of the highest we've seen for the dollar in the whole year, right? We got really close to 99, almost 100 this month, but I guess the last time we touched that was back in March. So we're coming back up to see that again. That was during I guess the peak of the bombs, I think. It's been forever. I mean, we've been in that war now, guys, for a lot longer than 6 weeks. Has it been 12 weeks now? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. It's a blur. All right, let's take a look at the crypto bubble, see if there's anything big to take away this morning. Any opportunities in the market? We're only up by almost a full point. We're down about a full point on the top 200, and we're only up about a quarter of a point on the top 3 and beyond. So again, this morning, the biggest movers to the downside, only hash down 15% on a single day. Overall, it looks like the market's been a little bit more resilient this morning. Hype is up 6%, Near is up 8%, Zcash is up almost 8%, Meme Core is up 10%. Ondo's up almost 7%. Those are the biggest movers we got this morning. Nothing really oversold. Looking at the weekly here, again, looking for 15% or more. Looks like some of the ones we mentioned yesterday are gone. Some of the biggest ones that were like Pith. I think Pith was down like 22% yesterday morning. Looks like on the week, and now it's pretty much up now. I don't even see it anymore. I don't even see Pith anymore. Okay, looking at ICP, still down 22%. Probably the biggest Goldilocks coin here in terms of overall use case and value. Oversold. BitTensor, yes, BitTensor still down 16%. Still able to call that one here. Oversold here on the weekly. And hash down, of course, 29%. Those are the biggest movers to the downside this morning. Opportunities. Luna Classic pulling back. I still don't know why the hell that thing is Steven pumping. I had a massive burn announcement, even though the project has been dead for as long as I've been in crypto. I mean, since it came back. I mean, since Luna Classic. Luna's been dead since 2022. I'm just gonna stop there. All right. Filecoin 12.5%. Morpho down 15.7%. We got a few takers in here, but I do like BitTensor and ICP the most. Oversold right now on the weekly. Again, look at the weekly, guys, for some good opportunities here this week. Looking at the monthly for anything oversold, at least 30%. There's only one coin, and that's Hash, down 37.7%. The only thing oversold 30% or more. Not even Trump coin is oversold on the monthly now. God. Geez. So yeah, I need more blood, guys. This is still not enough for a pullback. More blood coming soon, hopefully. I got a whole bunch of cash ready to go. Let's see what else is going on here on the monthly, on the top 200, and do the same thing over here as well. On the daily for the top 200, it's still the same coins oversold. Bill down 27%, Track down 24%, XP down 13%. These are single movers on the day. Looking at the weekly for oversold, at least 15% or more. There's a lot. There is a lot, and Python is still here. Now sitting in the top 200, 24% off, almost 25% off on the week. Yeah, pretty solid project. Again, don't forget that's on the list of coins the U.S. government has decided to use as well. Genius Act 20% off as well. Genius Act, genius token. This rolls off the tongue now. 15% off on ZBEC, just barely fitting into that 15% oversold criteria on the weekly here for ZBEC. You love me some ZBEC. Jido, runner up. There's a lot of coins oversold here, guys. A lot of coins. Jido down almost 15%, 14.9 this morning. Floki, there's just so many. So definitely look at the top 1 and 200. The weekly is where your DCA opportunities are right now. Jasmy's oversold at 17% as well. We got a lot of pain here on the weekly. Just not enough on the monthly, man. For me to say everything's really oversold yet. It's just not there. Rave DAO is still the most oversold, 43% on the month. Again, we're looking for 30% or more. Genius is down 32.5, and that is all you get here on the monthly. So you got one coin on the top 100, 2 coins on the top 200. There's still not enough blood. I need more. I need more blood. All right, again, that's just my 2 sats, guys. Not financial advice. Those are the only coins you got for, of course, oversold DCA opportunities.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right. Let's get back into the news, guys. We got to get back over here and see what else is
concerns here about Chinese technology. They are worried about security. Could this be some sort of backdoor for American technology to perhaps even spy on China? But more broadly, they are concerned about trying to protect their own domestic chip-making industry. And Matt, we're talking about companies like Huawei, like Cambricon, like SMIC, which have their own chip ambitions. But then on the other hand, you also have AI hyperscalers in China, like Baidu, like Alibaba, that also would be eyeing compute power, just like the AI companies here in the U.S. are trying to get as much as they can, as quickly as they can, and they don't really care as much about where it comes from. And that is what Jensen is getting at during this interview.
All right. So that was, of course, Jensen being interviewed after his trip to China. Let's see what else we have there in the chat. How are you guys feeling in the chat still? Looks like, so you guys are looking for more pain. Let's go. I'm going to start another poll. Let's go. Okay. Do you see more pain in your future? How about that? How about that for a poll? Yes or no? Just an easy one there for you this morning. I'm going to DCA very carefully from this point, says Brandon White. Yes. Not dropping under 70K. I think that's what Rugrat said earlier. Thanks again, for finding us, Rugrat. I do love to have Tommy Pickles here this morning. I can't believe I remember his name. I am a 90s kid, so yeah, sure. I'm watching Zama closely. This company is a unicorn, says Rugrat. No way. You love Zama as well. You came to the right place, my friend. That's one of my favorites as well, especially my favorite privacy coin. For sure. Okay, I'll be buying that dip at 69 to 72, says Rugrat. Nice to hear it. Brandon White says, I'm going to DCA very carefully from this point. Ari shouts out to Strawberry Dragons, of course, our favorite flavor of dragon. Shout out to Strawberry Dragon, hanging out with the Chaos crew. Her and I We had a lot of time to get to know each other over the past few weekends. Okay, let's see. Rugrat says, I'm watching Zama closely. This company's a unicorn. I think that's where I left off. Yes, good morning, Crypto Quint. Good morning. Rugrat says, I need more pain for the buy-in. Yes, me too, man. Need more pain. Need more conviction that we're going to see more downside first. We need to verify, right? Don't trust, verify. Brandon says, your opinion on Plume, Otaku. I mean, it's like a lot of other projects. There's a lot of course, if I were to look at Plume, I'm pretty sure it's going to look just like all the other coins right now on the charts. What I mean by that is if you go out to like the 4-hour or the daily, you can start to see pretty much all these coins start to round off the bottoms here. Is the bottom in? Is the bottom in? That's the question. Is the bottom in? I should have asked that on the poll. But every coin looks pretty much like this, and there's like this false flag or this fake out, right? There's this fake out in every chart as well. So this is ADA. This is XRP. You see a pattern here? You see a pattern here? Here's render. I'm just clicking on random coins now. Yeah, the same damn thing. Round it off, fake out. On that last move, here's Solana. Round it off, fake out. Here, how about Doge? Doge is different. I mean, it's different, but it's a little higher, but it's pretty much the same. Round it off, fake out. I mean, every chart looks exactly the same, guys. So it doesn't really matter. I think show me something that's different. That's what I want to know. Show me something that's different. I'll show you one that's different. How about AI? AI's been doing its own thing. I've been picking this thing up on the low. If you guys have been part of the channel, you know what we've been doing over there, making money playing the range on this particular coin. Thanks again. Shout out to Dylan over there. Dylan's Dimes, of course. Dylan brought this coin to us, and we're still making the moolah. This is kind of my idea for AI. If you guys have been playing this, basically, I'm waiting for it to get oversold. And then, of course, lose the range and get squeezed out like it did last time. I mean, we saw 100% breakout last time. Yeah, on AI. So I'm still playing this coin. I've been fishing with Strawberry on these late nights. Guys hanging out with us. Yeah, we've just been, of course, catching some fish down here on these lows. Jesus. Hook, line, and sinker. All right. Yep, you just got to get that hook, fish on that hook, and then, of course, you bring it up to the surface. You make all the monies, right? You make all the monies. Okay. Enough of the fun. Strawberry Dragons up coming in with a $2 super chat. Shout out to Strawberry. Thank you, Strawberry. Otaku, a good Asian teacher must be Asian, though. What the hell? A good teacher must be Asian. Yeah, I know. I do my best. I'm white on the outside. I'm yellow on the inside, Strawberry. Otaku, after all. Okay, I love Asian, says Brandon White in the chat. Oh my gosh, jeez. Jacob Snake says Otaku must be Asian-aru. Crypto Quinn says still sideways. Is that what you're asking? All right, that's what you're saying. Still sideways on the market, or still sideways on AI? Because I don't know. I feel like we're gonna go sideways until we break down and then break out and break up. But yeah, this is gonna be explosive the next time it does actually break down underneath the trend line. That's what I've been betting on, though. We are rolling over this morning, which has been great. I caught a lot of fish last night in my sleep. All right. Let's get back to the news, guys. We kind of catch up on everything. Everything says Quint. Yeah, everything. Yeah, I think I still think more pain downside. But there's coins again. I want to see coins that are doing something different. And yeah, this is not like every chart, right? I want to see charts that are different. I want to see these rounded bottoms with the fake out. I want to see something that looks different. I'm so tired of seeing the same charts, right? I'm so tired of seeing the same charts. And we've been looking at these same charts now for a long effing time. This is render, right? This is ADA, right? I just went through XRP again, right? XRP. They all are the same chart. I'm so tired of the same charts. All right, Bitcoin now sitting at 76,900. Still attempting to get back above 77. Can it do it? If it doesn't, it's going to get rejected. If it doesn't do it again, it's going to get rejected back down to 76.3. Okay, let's get back to the news. See what else we may be missing right now, and then we got to get into crypto news here in about 5 minutes.
Concerted intervention here.
I think we're not there yet, Matt. What I think, though, is very interesting is that you're talking about the G7, which is a format that was really originally defined by the G6. And this was something that was rolled out in the 1970s. And one of the things it was rolled out to do was to deal with the global oil shock from the 1970s, right, in collective action at the G7 level. And that is basically some of the sort of theory behind the architecture of foreign policy and the sort of American-led system that has really led the system for those 50 years. But that system is now over with the Trump administration. Right, so there is not very clear appetite to act at the collective level at the G7 for the.
All right. We got to move on from the old and out with the old, in with the new. Okay, gotcha. Let's get back to the CNBC and double check over here. They're on break, and it's time. We're just going to get into crypto news. Rip that out this morning. Let's see what's going on over here. Guys, don't forget also, if you want to join the Chaos Crew, it's only $15 a month, and you too can be, of course, a Chaos Crew member. Hang out with us over there. Learn, of course, some of our calls. I've been, of course, making an F ton of money on AI. See what's going on over there. If you want, of course, you can just hang out and hang out with us. Ask, of course, questions, of course, pertaining to your crypto journey. Don't go, go out without a plan, right? Next face melting cycle could be yours, but only if you choose the right assets and have a diverse portfolio. All right. So yeah, learn more over there. Let's get back into crypto news. Let's start with cryptonews.net this morning. Solana is shedding a meme coin reputation as big banks move billions of dollars into its ecosystem. Let's get that going. And realistically, they've only become the meme coin powerhouse for like the last 2 or 3 years. It hasn't been like forever. I know a lot of people just got into crypto and that's all they've ever seen, but Pump.Fun really only started in like 2022, 23 maybe. I think it started in 23. It's only been around for like 2 or 3 years. And they, of course, were making the big moves. I was buying a F ton of Solana in the last bear market when it was like 10, 15, 20 bucks. And this thing, of course, has then, of course, ripped. Let's see what else we have here. The research firm said Monday, what's this? What research firm? Solana continued to attract influential finance and payment firms in the first quarter, even as the broader market weakened, according to a new report from Messari. The research firm Messari said Monday that Solana's real-world asset market capitalization rose 43% in the quarter over quarter, $2 billion dollars, led by growth in BlackRock's tokenized money market fund Buildle, and new integrations tied to the payments and tokenized finance. Don't forget, ZBEX also on Solana. Buildle, developed by BlackRock to securitize, grew to $525 million on Solana after Anchorage Digital added custody support for its fund. Anchorage had held roughly 81% of the asset supply on the network by the end of the quarter. That's, of course, their high net worth individual. I mean, you have to be like a accredited investor to even get involved in Buildle, I'm sure. The report framed the Solana as increasingly becoming infrastructure for the tokenized finance rather than only a hub for speculative crypto trading. Several traditional firms expanded activity tied to Solana during the quarter. Ondo Finance launched more than 200 tokenized stocks and ETFs to the network through Ondo Global Markets, while Franklin Templeton partnered with Ondo to bring tokenized ETF products on chain. Citigroup also competed for a proof of concept for tokenized trade finance on Solana with PwC. A lot of big names here, guys, of course, jumping in on, of course, these Solana rails. Payments emerged, one of the major themes. Messari said the firms including Visa, Stripe, WorldPay, Western Union, and PayPal either integrated Solana for stablecoin settlement or launched Solana native payment products over the past year. Report says Solana's low fees and near instant settlement times have made it increasingly attractive for payment infrastructure. Of course, this is not going to be a single coin world, so make sure you have some exposure, guys, to some of the big L1s like Solana. Let's see what else we have here. Japan's FSA opens a qualified path for foreign trust type stablecoins other than the payment rules. BNB Smart Chain cuts throughput by 40% in post-quantum cryptography migrational tests. Okay, they're getting a little bit of stress test going. Amid the clarity fanfare, is some worry over how the last-minute deal may punch DeFi in the gut. This is coming from CoinDesk, talking about, of course, the current bill, the Clarity Act. New report from Fed regarding Bitcoin and altcoins. Here are the details. This is 2 hours ago. Let's see what's going on over here. While the use of cryptocurrencies continues to increase worldwide, the U.S. is leading the way in this regard. I don't know what regard. At this point, the Federal Reserve has revealed the latest research that 10% of Americans will be using or investing in cryptocurrencies by 2025. According to the new report released by the Fed, 1 in 10 American adults will have used or invested cryptocurrency for payment purposes by 2025. What are we talking about 2025 for? This was the highest level in the last 3 years. This looks like AI slop to the finest extent. All right. I don't know. This is like an old report from like 23 to 24 or something. I don't know why this is even headlining. All right. Brazil's banking giant Bradesco enters the crypto custody race as well. Looks like another company, of course, starting a Bitcoin strategy or crypto strategy. XRP price momentum turns fragile. Traders brace for further weakness. I mean, I just showed you the chart, guys. Looks like everything else. Everything should brace for weakness then. This silly, stupid stuff that people put in these Hopium and FUD headlines. Solana drops to $83 as longs get wiped out. Is $80 next for Solana? Look at these, of course, FUD articles popping up here now. There's no news, basically. That's what that means. For the most part. Build on why the support level is crucial. Yep, the same stuff there. I'm pretty much over it. All right, let's get back over to TradFi. Make sure we're not missing anything breaking, possibly coming from the White House or anything else. Looks like they're on break now for still another 3 or 4 minutes. Let's get back over to CNBC, see if they're on break. Home sales. Ooh, I love this.
And a slight rise
More
in mortgage
doom.
rates. He said demand will easily be even higher once mortgage rates retreat to the levels they were earlier this year. But
good luck with that.
Rates have been rising again recently now, with the 30-year fixed at 6.68%, according to Mortgage News Daily. That is the highest level since last July and higher than that recent spike in March.
Yes!
Diana, thank you very much. Diana Ola, can't we? David, watching some of those mortgage rates, as we pointed out yesterday with Jim, higher today than they were in September when the Fed embarked on a cycle of 3 cuts.
Yeah, I mean, we keep an eye, as we said during the last hour, on the 30-year plus the 10-year at 4.66. And by the way, shares of Home Depot, for example, after a decent quarter, but certainly one of those stocks, Carl, that we focus on in part because of the relationship to the housing market and hence to interest rates as well.
They say no one fixing their home. They can't pay for their home, so they're just letting it go to waste. all right. What's the next headline?
I was just going to talk about inflation, because I think that's a big part of the move here, what's happening with bond yields. And surveys show that there are increasing worries, both on Wall Street and Main Street, about
so much doom. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Let's go.
Fund Manager Survey, which looks at the pros. And what you see is that now they say the biggest risk is a second wave of inflation here. That's a big increase, the 45% of fund managers who say that. It was up from 26% last month. And then interestingly, geopolitical conflict actually comes down in terms of a high risk. 20% say geopolitical conflict. That's down from 44% in April. And that was the number one headwind from last month. If you look also at consumer surveys, we just got one out this morning from UBS. They also show inflation as the top risk in terms of factors negatively impacting consumers' views of the economy.
I don't want to pay $5 for gas.
Say inflation.
That's
obviously some of the
other
risks there that consumers say impact their spending.
I mean, Iran conflict and tariffs go into inflation. Like, shouldn't they all be together?
Yeah, it's all kind of it's what the consumer's answering.
If you're worried about one, you're worried about the other.
But the bigger question is, you're worried about it. Does it actually influence what you're doing on spending? Because so far it's been sort of a good story on spending. Even Home Depot said that they didn't see much of a change in the overall environment from last quarter. But the longer this lasts and the more it impacts sentiment, that's cause for concern and probably has a lot to do with why we're seeing these bond yields make fresh, multi-year highs. And I'll just leave you with what's happened.
Again, the highest since 2008.
On inflation, with some key categories of commodities since the war in Iran. Jet fuel, we know. Airlines have gone.
Commodities, no Bitcoin there.
Look at jet fuel, 74%.
You don't have the best commodity there.
The war began. There's crude oil prices up more than 60%. The fertilizer prices, which go through the Strait of Hormuz, sharply higher. Cotton, rough rice. So we have seen this impact across a number of commodities that ultimately trickle down into the consumer.
Yeah, B of A did some work just looking at how long of a tail these Iran issues have. They looked at a blended average of wage, fuel, and commodity impacts on food at home, and it would imply that you could get to, say, 8% inflation on food at home. Where are we now? On just under 4?
Oh, it's all made up numbers anyway.
So that would be a big spike, and that'd be bad because obviously
year over year,
psychologically, and also as a percent of consumer wallet share, food is important. I'll just leave you with Kalshi as well, just since we're talking about sentiment gauges.
Yeah, we're not robots.
And how people are feeling and expecting inflation. So the predictions market shows, here's the expectations for where 2026 inflation is going to peak. Went up to 5.1%. Right, so
up and to the right.
Would be a problem for the Federal Reserve. It's not the 9% that we saw post-COVID, following those years when the Fed had to hike rates dramatically, but it's certainly far from the 2%, which is where the Fed wants to go. And the question is, will it get as high as, above 3-4% in the headline number? And then how long will it last? Because the market, the stock market, which is focused on AI, focused on good earnings, you still hear the narrative. We hear it from strategists every day that when the Strait opens, when the war is over, things should come back down. And that, it's a temporary impact.
Right. Meantime, stocks are lower this morning as the S&P comes off its second down day in a row. 30-year yield, as we mentioned earlier, highest in 19 years. Joining us this morning, Morgan Stanley Wealth Management Director Jim LeCamp. Jim, we could really use your help this morning. Good morning.
Damn. I'll give him a minute. Morgan Stanley. You're muted.
Trying to make sure we have your mic there, Jim. We'll hope to get you back in a second. But that is, I think, arguably the biggest issue that continues to get presented by...
All right. I'm gonna skip through this. We gotta get back to crypto news, guys. We gotta get back to crypto news. Let's see. Run back to Bloomberg just for a quick sec. They're still on breakup. Crypto news. Here we come. All right. Going back here to Cointelegraph this morning on the headlines. Recent Bitcoin holders sell 770 million Bitcoin at a loss amid the $65,000 Bitcoin price calls. Yeah, that's kind of my target. It's somewhere in between my target, between like 68, 69, 70K is kind of realistically where I think where a pullback is going to probably get us, as long as we don't lose more than another $50 billion, or $500 billion on the market cap. We don't want to see market cap get close to 2 trillion flat. I mean, that would be disastrous. Again, the lowest we've seen twice this year was about 2.2 trillion. Again, those times respectively, the first time it brought Bitcoin down to about 60K for 45 minutes, and the second time it brought it down to about 63,000. We've been, of course, continuing higher each and every time. Bitcoin has, of course, experienced the pullback in the rest of the market. Here's, of course, when we hit that 2.19 trillion. First time, of course, the 2.5 event that took us down to $60,000, and then the second time took us to about 63. So again, the third time probably would take us to about maybe 65 at the low end. Maybe, of course, on the high end, maybe 70K. That's, of course, why I have the trend line continuing. Of course, the trend is your friend. The silly calls for 40,000 and lower are just ridiculous. All right, let's get back to it. Bitcoin has been the most resilient, again, during the Iran war. Okay, let's see what else we got here in the chat real quick before we get back to crypto news. Rugrat also still here with us. Jake, Mr. Jake, yes, Jake the Snake has made it. How's it going? Good morning, Jake the Snake. Of course, the King of Ohio has returned. Yeah, so it looks like Rugrat is also tired of seeing the same charts. Me too, man. Me too. Rugrat's also saying, I'm keeping a close eye on Shiba Inu. Oh, the treat coin? Yeah. Shibarium blockchain has a partnership with Zama to integrate FHE. Okay, nice. It's accumulating time. More pain, more opportunities. Brandon White, 100%. Yes. More pain, more opportunities. My Asian bro... Jesus, Jake, Michael in the chat. How's it going, Michael? How you doing? Good morning, Jakey. Shout out to Jake and Allo. What is Allo? Let's see if we can take a look at Allo ticker for real quick. We'll get rid of C-Pool from last night. We'll go to Allo. Allura. Sure. OKX, sure. Get back over here on Allo. Yeah. This is different. When did this come out? Looks like it came out November of last year, right after the 1010. So it didn't really get a fair chance either way to really launch. What is going on with Allo? Let's take a look. I need some aloe vera. Jeez. I've heard of it before, but I've never held any. It looks like $17 million in market cap. Billion token max supply. Only 200 million. Only 200 million tokens in circulation. Yeah. I mean, that's what, like 20% of the supply. Again, it just launched, so it's gonna have to take some time for it to start to become inflationary over time too, depending on its tokenomics. Circulating supply, yeah. So let's get back to it's an Ethereum contract and what is going on with Allura. Allura is an open intelligence platform designed to make artificial intelligence systems more adaptive, collaborative, and efficient. You know what that sounds like? An infrastructure project. You know what it sounds like? AI, Ginseng, Sky AI. What was the other one we talked about last night? I forget. Was it Genius? There's just too many of these coins, man. There's too many of these damn coins attempting to do the same thing. The network enables users and developers to access and contribute to a collective layer of intelligence where multiple AI models are combined, compared to refine them in real time. Launched in 2024. Looks like it actually had maybe a merger or something. Maybe a 2.0 token. Who knows? Allura was developed by a team of engineers or researchers with experience of large-scale blockchain and AI infrastructure, including the contributors to the project, such as Chainlink, Layer 0, Consensus, and more. The protocol operates as an intelligence layer that coordinates the outputs of many different AI models to produce a single optimized result. The structure allows models to compete and collaborate with decentralized network, continuously improving as more participants contribute data, insights, or model outputs. All right, and of course it wants to compare itself differently to something else, so of course they continue going on and on and on. Let's see what the website looks like real quick. The abstraction layer for intelligence on Allura. Of course, some of their trusted. They're trusted by Amazon Web Service. Alibaba Cloud. Not some small names there on the front page too. They're definitely throwing that up with a badge of honor. Allura. You never know, man. You never know. Some of these coins are going to stick. Some of them are going to stick. Right now, trading for about 8 cents. The overall, let's see, this is the 4-hour. I mean, overall, it's just coming back down to test. I mean, it is a newer project. We could still see new lows, but it is not seeming to find its bottom here. This is, of course, 2.5, so it hasn't come back down to retest 2.5 yet. You know what has? Cardano. Cardano. I mean, maybe not that low. Maybe not that low. But it looks like Cardano too, I guess, on the chart. It's pretty. Yeah, this is pretty much the same chart as everyone else too. It's just, I mean, that fake out here. It's not as dominant or prominent, but it is there. The rollover to the top, the upside. It's pretty much the same chart as everyone else. So if your convictions are there in Allura, I'd probably keep them there. Again, it looks like every other chart in our space. All right, so let's continue on. Get back to Bitcoin. Still chopping around 76,500. More pain possibly coming soon because you guys in the chat, you guys calling for it too. Do you see more pain in your future? In the current poll we have running right now on the channel, yes, 87% of you guys see more pain. Let's go. More DCA opportunities in your future. Thanks again, guys, for coming out and participating in the chaos this morning. Man, you guys, I can't keep up with you. What's up, Otaku? How's it going? Duet stream, how's it going? Duet stream. No more pain in the future. More just bring up the meme equation that guy is saying multiple blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Doge is really keeping the sentiment going, right? It did see the same sort of fake out, but it is holding a lot of these gains from the roll up, right? So it's more resilient right now than most projects, and this is Doge, right? This is Doge. Doge is always kind of the front runner for the next run. So if you see Doge really moving up, it is possible that we do, of course, see a continuation of a rally going further. So maybe that one guy you're talking about is right. And, you know, I've been, of course, showing you guys this for a minute, and this is stuff that just happens in our space. This is kind of a, you know, a front run situation. Doge and Bitcoin typically show you where the whole market's going to go in the future. Just looking forward in the future. Rograt says, I hope your move is going well. Love your setup. Help make your stream interesting. Thank you so much, Rograt. Thank you so much. It's going okay. My move's going okay. I just got a lot of work to do. I got more painting to do today. I got to tear down the ceiling. The ceiling still has not gotten destroyed yet. Then I, of course, got to patch all the holes in the ceiling. And then eventually rip off the carpet, then patch all the holes in the trim. It's a long process, but I'll get there, guys. I'll get there. And then, of course, finish selling the rest of my stuff to get going out of, if I want to leave the country before they start locking down. All right. Duet Seam says, yes, Allura is good. I have it on my watch list. Just started the surge, says Duet, bouncing back from a long time drop. Rograt says, can you pull up a Shiba Inu treat? The treat coin, right? Treat. I can take a look at treat for you. If you guys aren't familiar with treat, was it bone, collar, leash? Those are all the side chains for Shiba Inu. They came out a long time ago. Long time ago. Shiba Inu just increased its burn rate yet again in preparation for the next rally, hoping to get, of course, more people to get back in. Shiba really hasn't been much talked about here in a long time. All right, let me see if I can even find something. Treat 3, I don't know. Not sure how you even gauge this coin. There we go. There's MEXC. I mean, it looks like kind of like Doge. Looks kind of like the other dog, right? The other dog that is rounding off the bottom here, and starting to see a little bit of support, kind of like Doge. Yep. So it looks almost exactly like Doge, rounding off the bottom there, trying to find support. And if it finds support there, the rest of the market could, also start to bounce as well. If it doesn't find support, then of course it's just foreseeing the future dump like everything else. Of course, consumer sentiment with these retail, driven meme coins. But Shiba Inu, don't forget, Shiba Inu was traded by Saudi princes back in the day. In 2021, when I, my first major cycle, 2020, 2021, Shiba Inu was traded by like Saudi princes. It was insane. Let's see what else we have here in the chat. Crypto Quinn says, I can't stick around this morning. Have a good rest of your stream, Otaku. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're about ready to call it as well here in about 15-20 minutes. Got to, of course, get back to shipping stuff on eBay and, tearing down the studio. Peace, everybody. Yeah, peace, Crypto Quinn. We'll catch you tonight or later. Soon. Z-Back to the Moon says, Andy in the house. Yes, Z-Back to the Moon. Nice pullback on Z-Back if you guys are looking for a buy-in right now. Under, of course, 30. 203. Still respecting the trend line, so don't, of course, fade that. I'd be looking at for it to get at least another retest and maybe lose it for a pullback right to about 2025 or possibly even as low as 2022. If we do really start to see a sell-off, that's probably where we're going to go. Again, look at 2026 first, 2027 as the staircase down if we do lose this range. All right, don't forget also take profits, guys, when we're at these tops. So you never know we're going to see pullbacks. Remember, I was taking profits up here. Hopefully you guys took some profits. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat. I think Bio is about to explode as well. Wow, we haven't talked about Bio in a while. That's, Duet also bringing that to us. Thank you so much, Duet, for, mentioning that one as well. We haven't talked about that one in a minute. Yes. Z-Back to 0, says Jake. Jake wants everything to go to 0. Don't mind the snake in the chat. Let's take a look at Bio real quick too. All right, Bio. Does it look like everything else, or does it look different? I'm excited to look at Bio today. I mean, it looks like the same as everything else. Yeah, it looks like the same as everything else. If you look here on the daily, rounding off, right? Rounding off and a fake out, right? Rounding off and a fake out. I mean, yeah, it's like everything else. Nothing too exciting here. We're just kind of waiting for Bitcoin. That's all. These coins are just sheep. They are. I'm calling all these coins that look like this pattern. They are sheep. They're just waiting for Bitcoin to do something. They are just waiting for Bitcoin to do something. Until Bitcoin does something, it's either up or down for all these coins. I want something different, guys. I want something different. I want coins doing their own thing. I want exciting, spectacular, new patterns. All right. So yeah, bio looking like everything else. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin rolling over even further. 76.3. This is it, guys. This is the call I was calling for. 76.3 this morning. Will she hold? Let's go back to the order books and take a look and see, can she hold? See if the bulls have come out for support there, like I said they would this morning. A little bit. There's not a very clear structure. A little bit. Yeah, probably gonna go further down, guys. Probably intraday trading setting us down to possibly 76,000 flat. 75.8 could be in our future for a continued sell-off. They're coming in a little bit here, but the volume's so flat. 6.6 billion right now. Bulls and bears basically locked horns and fangs. Yeah, it's just not there. I mean, maybe we get one more bounce, retest to 77 with clear range, still stuck flat now. 2 days now, sideways chop between 77 76. Yeah, nothing's really changed at all. Zooming into the weather. Yeah, you can see clear. It's clear as day, of course, this channel. All right. Again, still looking more bearish on all the time frames here on the short term. This is within the last 2 hours. Yeah, more bear. Just slightly on the low though, just slightly. So maybe another bounce there again. 76,000 coming in hot. It's got to hold 73.63. This is pretty much the last line in the sand for Bitcoin at 76K. Again, this has been foretold by the Crypto Otaku since the beginning of May. When do we roll over? I've had these two little brackets here on my chart for a long time. This is the make or break it, and we're about ready to break it. Yeah, again, the continued move from this is going to take us down to 75K. If we lose 75K, we're going down to the trend line. Hopefully the bottom of the parallel channel first, if that's respected, 71.6, 71.8. If we can't hold that, yep, we're going down the trend line, 70,000 flat. What I want to see bullish from here, if we actually go down to 70,000, we actually touch 69. If we can touch 69, maybe you can go a little bit lower and flip that to support, that would be bullish. Right out the gate, if we flip that into support, that would be bullish. Because, again, every time we sink underneath 69K, that was the previous all-time high from 2021, it's hard for us to get back up. We gotta stay above 69K at all costs. All right, that's all I really have to say about that. All right, so yeah, we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. 76.3, a little bit trying to bear stepping up their game plan now. 76,500, 600 to keep us below water. More pain possibly coming this afternoon. Again, intraday trading only starts in about 2 hours, guys. So we got plenty of time today. It's Tuesday too. It could be a good day. It could be a good trading day. All right. Anything else happening? Let's go over to doom scrolling now. I want to get back to Doomberg one more time. Business news flash from Paul Sweeney.
This sounds like it's going to cost me a couple $100.
No, I mean the clips themselves are like a couple.
No,
of
but I
bucks
can't
each.
get on the roof.
Just ridiculous banter. I don't know. They're talking about solar panels or something. Let's go back to CNBC. Meaningless banter. They're on break. And we're going to jump into doom scrolling now then, over on X. So see if there's any news we may have missed this morning. All right, looks like as of 11 hours ago, BlackRock just increased their MicroStrategy position by 21% in Q1. They added $3.1 million in shares worth $535 million. Larry Fink is bullish bullish on Micro Saylor and MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategies. I mean, Michael came to our office when the stock was in the teens, but he was a huge believer in it. Transformed his company. I mean, I could just say all these different people came in and talked, and then we became, we became a leader in working with the SEC and in trying to move forward in this. And fast forward now, a little more than 18 months when we first started creating a Bitcoin ETF. Today, IBIT is $86 billion. And we used to.
All right, guys, just a daily reminder. Make sure you get off zero. Make sure you have some Bitcoin. Make sure you try to at least get to 1/10 of a Bitcoin. 10% of a Bitcoin would put you ahead of 210 million people. That's the golden rule. Not less than 210 million people will ever have 1/10 of a Bitcoin. All right, that's my new number for people just getting started. The deepfake is so flawless, it'll swap your face. We've come a long way from Will Smith eating spaghetti. This is someone, of course, using an AI model to deepfake him as Will Smith. Okay, probably nothing, but Bitcoin's going to the moon, going to, of course, have that orange explosion. Michael Saylor, of course, predicting it. As of 50 minutes ago, just posting that little there. Absolutely insane. The SEC is preparing to let stocks trade on the blockchain. Stocks like Nvidia, Apple could be traded 24/7, just like crypto. Again, Hyperliquid is kind of leading the way with this right now through Coinbase. And we talked about this last night. The SEC is in full preparation to issue a new regulation as well for tokenized securities. So if they are ready for that, clarity must pass this year. Again, I mean, if they're, and they said that they could actually vote on this for tokenized securities as soon as next week. That's what they were saying. Breaking, the U.S. 30-year note treasury rises to 5%. Again, we haven't seen this since the beginning of the great financial crisis. I remember living through that. It was hell on earth. Gas prices back then rose to a high of, wasn't it like $6 or $7 or something crazy? I remember it being something stupid. Maybe I'm rose tinted glasses. Maybe it was like only $4 or $5. I mean, I don't remember. But back then, gasoline was under $2 at one point when I graduated high school. Senator Lummis says the Clarity Act is moving toward a real Senate vote. As of 11 hours ago, Washington is no longer debating if crypto needs a framework. They're debating how fast it needs to be implemented.
Nobody is popping the champagne quite yet.
There's no time for a victory lap because there's still a lot of work to do. It's going to take at least 3 weeks and maybe more. I would love to have this bill on the floor in June. That's probably pretty optimistic.
Yeah, and that scares me. We heard that quote from her yesterday. It scares me how she phrased that. She'd love to get a vote in June. There's not much time left, man. Okay, a man buys 80 Pizza Huts to bring back the iconic version of America missed, of course, of Pizza Hut. People are losing their minds. They're going to bring back the Pizza Hut buffet. I guess they want to bring back the shape and the look of the restaurant from back in the 80s and 90s.
Finally find something that tastes how you genuinely remember it tasting. Like, you can't let it go.
People come.
I guess Pizza Hut doesn't taste like it used to. I haven't had Pizza Hut pizza in probably like 15 years. President Putin says Russia and China are working together to bring peace and universal prosperity to the world. That's, of course, coming off the back of President Xi's meeting they just had this morning.
Играет важную стабилизирующую роль на мировой арене. При этом мы не дружим против кого-либо, а работаем на дело мира.
All right. In doing so, okay, I'm just going to read some of this.
С такой логикой.
It is precisely the logic that Moscow and Beijing are coordination to defend international and law and the UN Charter in all their fullness. Totality and interconnectedness support active interaction between the UN Shanghai Cooperation Organization. BRICS, yes, they mentioned BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and other multilateral structures making a significant contribution to addressing urgent global and regional problems. I am sure that together we will continue to do everything possible to deepen the Russian, our Chinese partnership and good neighborliness for the dynamic development of our two countries and well-being of our peoples. In the interest of maintaining global security and stability. See you soon in Beijing. All right. So it looks like he's going to be heading out to China, I guess, next too. 30-year-old me starting to dance on TikTok because crypto didn't work out. Oh, jeez. Why is that even a thing, man? Why is that? Don't show me this shit. All right. Okay. Again, getting back to President Putin and his statements. Again, BRICS nations still getting off the dollar. They have now moved to 90% less cash. Right, so now they only have about 10% use of cash settled between these nations. This is of course continuing. BRICS, of course, they're moving against the dollar. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said something insane. We're shorter in powers. Chip, yes, we already played this chip this last week. I believe the new asset class will emerge. Futures will come on compute. He's calling it $1 trillion asset class in crypto, decentralized compute, Render, Akash, IO, and BitTensor is already building exactly that. Permissionless, tokenized 24/7. Don't forget, guys, BitTensor's down like 20% this week. All right, what else we got? Strategy just in $2 trillion. Bank of America just disclosed it bought 117,000 shares of Strategy. Guys, we just got BlackRock stating that they just came out and bought another, I don't even know, what was it, $350 million worth of Strategy this year. You cannot fade this, guys. You need to follow VCs. This is how I started making the money on the way up in 2021. I followed the venture capitalists. I made money with the venture capitalists. Do not fade Bitcoin. Do not, I repeat, do not fade Bitcoin. Arthur Hayes just told the world a few weeks ago that 90% of his portfolio is in Bitcoin. 90% of that venture capitalist, Arthur Hayes' portfolio, was in Bitcoin. That was in his one of his interviews. So I think it was Anthony Pompliano, I think, last. Oh, no, David Lynn. It was David Lynn. All right, what else we got here? The two corporate holders of Bitcoin, of course, Strategy and BlackRock, and the amounts that they hold. Yeah, it's, of course, we've been through that. Nothing else new breaking right now in crypto. It looks like on Crypto Twitter. One more run through TradFi, and I think we're going to move out, guys. I think it's time. I'm going to try to get some more stuff done today. It is 10:30, so about time we head out for the day. Here, nothing else really breaking. Not really in the headlines this morning. Double checking CNBC. Nope, nothing's scrolling on the headlines here. Nope, we're good. All right, catching up with you guys right before we head out. How you guys doing? How you guys holding on? I took a nice profit on ZBEC at the top of the first shoulder. A little more patience would have helped, says Brandon White. Same here. I took profits 3-1. We ran all the way up to what, 4-0. Again, I was just taking my initial out. I still have so too much in that damn project. I don't like having that as a 15% of my portfolio. It's just way too much. Duet Steam says you're looking bullish. The bullish chart taker. A BSB Block Street is like Chicago wind in Black Dynamite. Oh, okay. Aldo Gua, G-U-A is Gua is nice too. Newly started project as well, says Duet Stream if you guys are looking for something like that. Joy, happy Joy. How you doing this morning, Joy? It's been a minute. Good morning, Otaku and Chaos Crew. Much love. Of course, happy Joy. Good morning, Joy. Cliff coming with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thanking me. I'm thanking you, Cliff. Thank you so much, Cliff. Thank you. Joy says, hi to Strawberry, Ari, Jake, Cliff, and everyone. Yes, in the chat. How you doing, Joy? We love you. Jeez. Of course, bringing a smile to us every day. All right, guys, 76,300 now broken. Will we go down to 76 flat? Intraday trading, of course, starts in about 2 hours from now. We're set up for a pretty good day if, they want to come back and push this up. Or break it down further. Again, my target's still $75,000 Bitcoin. Hopefully today we start to see that finally, right? Finally. I've had it on my chart now for over about a month. This idea here, of course, hopefully plays out in our favor. All right. Again, if you guys are, of course, sitting in cash like I am, yeah, for about a month. So, we're almost the 20th day of the month. It's crazy. 20 days, man. I got into a big cash position at the end of April, waiting for this to happen. Again, long Bitcoin forever, Bitcoin. Sitting on mostly just cash, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Okay, all right. Let's see. I guess we're going, guys. It's time to head out. I gotta get some stuff done. Hopefully, get the room walls done today. I gotta knock this out, man. Start peeling the ceiling up, start moving in the temporary setup for the live streams. I've been doing the live streams on the floor. I'm literally sitting on the floor right now, guys. And you probably can't tell, but I gotta get into a seat. I can't sit on the floor anymore. My ass hurts.
What are you, stupid?
Jeez. All right, I'll see you guys tonight. Too much information. I will see you later, guys. Later. Jeez.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my king. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh! Fill my world with more coins and let me bottle forevermore and more and more and more and more. I'm on board. Hollywood talking to door. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
Shout out again to Brandon White for picking up a Chaos Crew mug. Thank you so much, man, for supporting my channel. I'll see you guys all again tonight. Yes, of course, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the foreign market open. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. You know the drill. Okay. All right. Later.